What are you saying, boys and girls? It's your boy Rough Diamond here. Welcome back to another video. I don't like making negative videos, especially when I'm enjoying the game, but it is with good intentions, with the hopes of positive change, as I'm sure I'm not the only person that gets frustrated by this. It's not going to be a long video, but there are quite a few points I want to get through, but my biggest issue is greedy teammates and there not being a solos or duos mode. I have mentioned this numerous times in previous videos, but I wanted to make a video dedicated to it so I can get my points across, as it's been bugging me a lot recently. Have you ever kicked ass in a gunfight when your aim is on point, using meds isn't an issue, your reloads are timed to perfection, and you drop a whole team to then get to their loot boxes and all the ammo and stims has been taken by your teammate who just hid the whole gunfight? Or have you kicked ass in a gunfight but get downed by the last player and then your teammate revives you to find all the loot has been taken from your death box and the enemies? These are two situations that happen to me a lot and stop me from playing the game as much, as I have no choice but to play with randoms. I truly believe if there was a solos or duos mode, the player base would be bigger and people would play for longer, as playing with randoms can become very frustrating at times. I honestly don't think they are doing it on purpose, it's just selfish children that don't like to share, and it doesn't even cross their mind as they are so involved in their own game. I have stood still on the spot, spamming the request ammo button in protest in the past, with my teammate oblivious to my requests because they're in their own little world trying to get all the loot. Do you really think you need 300 bullets for the longbow when your teammate has a Spitfire with only 20? Do you really need all that light ammo? Has it ever crossed your mind your teammate might have an R99 with no bullets? Also, holding onto a hop up with the hopes of finding the weapon to go with it when your teammate actually has the weapon without the hop up. This is just a small example, but it happens to me a lot in all different types of ways. With there being no solos or duos mode, and it's not always possible to have a full squad, you are forced to play with randoms, and most of the time they don't have mics, don't actually know how to use a mic, and are playing music in the background, or it's just so toxic. This game attracts people of all ages, and being stuck with kids lessens the experience for players like myself that take it a little bit more serious. In an ideal world, the team would all work together, keeping things tight, watching each other's backs, but one thing I've learned about Apex, most players, they don't give a crap about you and all they care about is loot. You don't need to play with group chat or in-game chat. If you utilise the ping and request system properly and constantly monitor the minimap for your teammate's position, you can really get a clear picture of what's going on. And one more thing I want to add about greedy teammates is when a player is standing still over loot, they are more than likely organising and dropping items from their inventory to make room to pick something up just for one of your teammates to slide in and steal it from beneath you and then act dumb like they did nothing wrong. This can also happen when your teammates are using Octane or Zipline. You're running to a building to try and get ammo, and then Octane decides to speed boost in front of you before you reach the building, even though they knew you were on your way there. If the teammate was a team player, and as they have the speed boost, they would let you loot that building and they would move on to the next. But sadly, that isn't the case with most players, with the thoughts of, well, I got here first. All of the above slow down gameplay and take your attention away from the battle, as you feel like it's a battle for loot with your teammates instead. Like all my videos, I'm now going to do a top 10 things to help you be a better team player. 10. Keep an eye out for enemies. Before jumping from the ship, look behind you and you'll see other teams jumping. This is useful when deciding where to land and potential enemy locations. Also, on your way down after jumping, especially if you're not the jump master, keep an eye out where enemies are landing and if any are heading to your destination. 9. Break away and spread. There's nothing worse than landing right next to a teammate because they didn't break and spend the next few seconds furiously trying to get to the loot before they do. If you break away from the jump master just before hitting the ground and after you've looked out for enemies, choose a selection of buildings away from your teammates but close enough. It will make looting a lot less frantic and frustrating. 8. Ping items. When looting, try and ping as many useful items as possible. This will speed up looting for the whole squad, as they won't need to re-loot buildings because they know what's in there already. Also, if you need anything like a hop-up or ammo, ping it in your inventory, which tells the whole squad. 7. Listen to your teammates' request and share. This is linked to the previous tip, but listen to your teammates' request and share if you can. A team that is fully looted with enough ammo is stronger than a team that doesn't share. 6. Listen out for enemies. Enemies can creep up out of nowhere in Apex, and it happens a lot. That's why it's important to be using headphones and constantly listening out for enemies and footsteps. If you're unsure, just stand still for a few seconds and listen. You'll soon work out if enemies are nearby or not. 5. Stop bloody looting. When a gunfight kicks off or you're in the final 2, stop looting. The amount of times I've died and the spectator cam goes over to a teammate and he's just leisurely looting a building without a clue they're in the final 2, and then just get dropped because they're not paying attention. 4. Monitor minimap and player bar. It's good practice to constantly monitor the minimap. It can give you so much information, but the most important is your teammates' positioning. I must look at the minimap every 3 to 5 seconds without even realising it, meaning I know where my teammates are at all times. It's something I started doing years ago in the early Call of Duty and Battlefield days, and now it's just second nature. Something else to monitor regularly is your teammates' health bar, as this also tells you when they are shooting their weapon and losing health. Also, when a teammate is in a gunfight and you are looking to storm in, have a quick look at the kill feed to see if your teammate has dropped any before going in. This will give you a little indication of how much health they have left and how many enemies that are left in the gunfight. 3. Don't rush gunfights or shoot for no reason. When hearing gunfire nearby, don't rush in. Sit back, keep an eye on the kill feed, listen to where gunshots are coming from and work out if it's worth rushing or not. 9 out of 10 times I just leave them to it. But if it's the final 3 and the 2 squads are fighting, if you time it correctly, you can rush in as they kill the last player and before they manage to med up, giving you the advantage. Also, if enemies are passing by and you know you won't get a kill, let them pass by instead of shooting, giving away our position. 2. Flank if enemies are shooting at a teammate. If a teammate is being shot at, the worst thing you can do is rush in right next to your teammate, making you both very easy to shoot. If you spend a few extra seconds flanking the enemy and getting a good position will increase your chance of survival and getting kills. 1. Support, follow and don't rush and stop pinging. If you all stay relatively close to one another and use the tips I've mentioned, you'll be a much stronger team, increasing your chances of success. And if a teammate is in trouble and you're close enough to help, don't just hide behind a rock to save your own arse. Also, if you get knocked, don't constantly tap the ping button. In most cases, I am coming to get you, I'm just waiting for the enemies to leave. But with you constantly pinging, it means it's a distraction. I'm less likely to come and get you and probably mute your pings. Plus the ping can mask enemy footsteps, which has happened to me in the past, resulting in my death. So to summarise, stop being a selfish, greedy little kid. That is all. But before I go, I want to mention, why is there no progress bar for each stage of the battle pass? I'm putting in all this effort to do challenges and earn all this XP, but with no idea how close I am to the next reward, it's pretty demotivating. With a progress bar, it feels like you're actually achieving something, and know you've only got 6,000 to go before your next reward will probably make you grind a little bit more and ultimately enhance your experience. And talking about enhancing your experience, Respawn have finally announced a solos mode, but there's a catch, it's only a limited time event. I'm guessing they're doing this to see how it will go down with players and how the solos mode will work properly going live, but hopefully it will be added as a full-time feature after. Right, that's it for this video. I'm going to talk about the up and coming limited time solos mode in another video, which I will drop soon. Like if you like, comment and sub. See you all in another video soon, and don't forget to hit the little notification bell so you don't miss out. I've been your boy Rough Diamond. Laters.